Good afternoon, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 60. It is Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock, and just heading out for the day. Going to be meeting with an AP friend this afternoon. Probably won't meet with him till 8 or 9 p.m. or later. And overall, everything is good. Had a lot of storms come through the Midwest lately. The last couple of days has been really bad. We were very fortunate. A lot of the people we know had big losses, but luckily no one we know suffered any injuries or death or anything like that. So, stuff can be replaced. What's important is that people are safe. So this afternoon, like I said, just leaving. It is 54 degrees outside. It's been raining for like a day and a half, but it's stopped right now. I don't know if just temporarily or not. This is my last week playing before going on my trip, so I'm going to try to, really kick it up a notch here if possible. But if there's no plays, there's no plays. So hopefully we find some good stuff to play, make some cash, really build up the bankroll a little bit. Because we're going to be falling a little bit further behind when we're on the trip. Last week was a pretty flat week, I would say, which means I'm further behind my goal for the year. So I need a big hit, a couple big sessions, something like that to be back in gear and be back on target for where I want to be for the year. Last week we hit Chicago, which we hadn't done in a year and a half, or at least a year. I was expecting a lot more, to be honest, but unfortunately had really bad variance there. Fortunately, though, I was playing low limit. Still lost over $4,000 playing low limit, but it could have been $20,000 if I was playing high limit. So at least we have that. So I have some things I want to talk about, but I'll bring it up later on. Right now, I'm heading out to my first casino. I'll need to stop for gas before I get there, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. I stopped, got some fuel, continued on, and it's been raining on and off throughout the journey so far. Right now, just a little bit of light rain, but I got into this casino, started looking around, and this place was stuffed, packed, wall-to-wall people. They were giving away actually a gift that I would like to have, but I'm sure it's so cheap that it's not worth it. But I've been shopping around for something like this lately. So anyway, walked around and found one play. I was ahead like $12 and just really wasn't finding anything. Then I ran into a couple that I know, and I talked to them. Originally when I met this couple, I thought maybe like they don't really know what they're doing. They just look like an average young couple. And they walked up to me while I was playing a machine, and I had a big jackpot. It was like an $8,000 jackpot at the time. And they were talking about, oh yeah, I played and I got this, and this person got this, and all that. And I didn't understand at first, but they knew what they were talking about, but they thought I didn't know what I was talking about. So eventually we understood each other and got to be friends. I went over and talked to them. They're like, yeah, they ran out, but they'll give you like $20 in free play. So, all right, but I had forgotten my card in the car, and this isn't one of the places where you could put your ID in and get a card printed out, so you'd have to stand in line. So I walked out to my car to get my card, just to get the $20. It's a guarantee. So as I'm walking out there, I see a police officer, and he's writing down someone's license plate. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm in the VIP parking, and there's a police officer giving out parking tickets in the VIP parking. Well, it turned out that this person was parked outside, like closer to the casino than the closest spot. It looks like a spot, and I even said to the cop, oh, is that not a parking spot? And he's like, no, it's not. I said, it sure looks like one, doesn't it? And he said, yes, because there was a yellow line on both sides, but one of the yellow lines, I guess, hadn't been used for a while, and they had partially removed it, but it was still there. But there was a car on the other side of that car. That person thought that that area was a parking spot as well. And I think I have parked there before, so whatever. I mean, that's how you treat your patrons. The people in your VIP area that give you the most money, you get them parking tickets. You have a police officer come out to your facility to go into the VIP section to give VIP patrons a ticket for parking at your casino to give you money. Are these people insane? Seriously. Anyway, I got back in there and got my $20 and really didn't have a lot of luck with that either. I sat down on a play that was like a sure thing play. Like it should have taken me 30 seconds at the most. An older lady was sitting there and she ran out of money and she was like 20 cents short of a spin. I sit down and put my voucher in, put my free play in. I only ended up making like $9 on the play. Should have been a $50 play, but you know, whatever. So I looked at as many things as I could. There were 4 machines I couldn't check, because 5 machines actually, but that's a very small percentage of the machines in this area. So did my best. I ended my session ahead only $34, but we made a little bit of money, paid for the gas already, and we're moving on to the next casino. And once I get to the city, I'll send my friend a text. Ooh, that car looks like it's going to be on fire. Wow, talk about overheating. Anyway, and I'll send him a text, and then we'll figure something out, get together and hang out for a minute, and we'll see what happens with that. Right now, my next stop, I'm going to go to a casino, play blackjack. There was a different area I could have stopped. It would have added like an hour and a half to my trip. Was a slots only place, but I'm not into that at the moment. I want to get into these blackjack casinos and try to tear them up a little bit. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up. And you know what? Actually, I do have, I don't know if you remember, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a voucher for like $84 that I forgot to cash out. I just found it. I still haven't cashed it out, so we'll do that today. $84.55. I hate to have a voucher that big with me, because what if you lose it? What if it gets ripped? What if it gets hot? If it gets hot, it can turn black, and then it's not readable. So I'll make sure I get that cashed. In the meantime, driving in the rain, and I've already made about almost $300 with miscellaneous stuff that I'm doing as well on my drive here, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So I went into this casino, and also this one was pretty busy. They weren't giving anything away. It was just a very big place and a very busy place. And I was having a very hard time finding a table to play. I went to every pit, everything. The only thing that was available, luckily, was a 6 to 5 table, because that shows that some people are smart enough not to play it, that was the only table that was available. So I didn't play that, obviously. Went back and looked at some more slots, and I was ahead like, I don't know, $5 or something when I went around again, took another lap, found a table to play, and sat down, get my money out, and she said this table's reserved. And I'm like, okay. Went back around, looked around a little bit, came back, found a table that was open, and sat down and started playing that one. And played that for a short time, not like under an hour, but I did end up doing okay. I ended up leaving at the end of a shoe plus 600, so plus 600 there. And then looked at some slots on my way out, found one of them and played it, and I went from being up 5 to up like 12 or 13, maybe 18 or something like that, I forget. And then found another play, but there was someone sitting on it, and as soon as I passed her, she started packing up to leave. So I stood in this narrow aisle between her and the machine, waiting for her to get up, packing up 5 plastic bags and taking her time and checking her phone and all this, and finally gets up. I sit down, 6 spins into it, I hit, and I end the session ahead $150. So plus 150 on the slots, plus 600 on the blackjack. It's starting to be a little bit better here. And my friend sent me a message back, and he said we'll probably meet in a few hours. So that'll give me some time here. I'm going to move on to another casino that's not too far away and play there, see what I can get done. And then depending on what time he's ready to go, I may be there or somewhere else. So we'll just take it one step at a time here. Next step, going to another casino, try to make some more money, and I'll be back. By the way, it's still raining, 41 degrees outside. Hanging in there. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So that was almost an identical thing happened there. So as the last casino, I'm looking at slots. I find a mediocre play. Shouldn't have played it. Played that one through and lost like $40 or $50 on that one. Found another play and played that one through, and after that one was over, I was ahead like $32 on the slots. Couldn't find anything else, and looked for a blackjack table. I had a hard time finding one. Finally find a blackjack table, and I'm in like, and I don't mind this, I'm in like a narrow range. Up a few hundred, down a few hundred, back and forth, back and forth. It's way better than going straight down and eventually coming back, hopefully coming back. So this dealer's one I hadn't seen for a couple of months, and I had told him, yeah, I'm going to stop gambling for a while and stuff like that, just to, because when you have big swings like that, it's easy to look like you're losing a lot, even though I was, still doing really well for the year. At that time. So anyway, talked to him for a while, and pit boss came over, a guy that I don't know very well, but he was all right. He was busy talking to people, figuring out schedules for people and things like that. And then the dealer goes on break, and the other dealer comes, and she's a really nice one. Talked to her for a long time before. Very good person, kind person, older lady. And we talked for a while as I was playing, and finally finished up a shoe again, plus 600 for the blackjack. So plus 600 for the blackjack, plus 32 on the slots. And my friend said he's on his way. I think I'm gonna head to another place and have him meet me there, and then we'll kind of go from there. But right now, so far so good. Traffic is getting real bad for some reason, even though it's early. And I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So this is a place that I've been avoiding for a long time, and decided we're going to go ahead and go in and see what happens. I started down by the slot area, away from the blackjack, played down there for a while, and ended minus $5, no big deal. And then went and played some blackjack, and I don't know if it's just because it's the nighttime or weekend or what it is, but I knew nobody. I knew one pit boss who wasn't even in my pit, so that was really good, actually. Very helpful, because this is a place that I've been avoiding for a long time. And sat down, bought in for 500, and that's all I needed. I played there for a while as I was waiting for my friend to arrive, and I ended the session ahead 900. Had very little resistance, very little negative trends, just as good as could be, and ended the shoe ahead 900 and took off. So plus 900 on the blackjack, minus 5 on the slots, and right now I'm going to go meet my friend, and we should get to the same place at the same time, and probably get something to eat, relax and talk for a few minutes, and then we'll figure out what we're doing from there. But so far, thankfully, today's been good, up a couple thousand and still doing well. So haven't had any very long sessions. All of them have been good enough that I ended a shoe above what my minimum was and took off. So all that's good. So right now, just walking to my car, and I'll be back to update you here soon. All right, guys, I am back. Just heading back to the car. I met my friend here, and We had a beer, talked for a while. Nice guy, nice conversation. And he just got back from Vegas. And I'll be going to Vegas this time next week. I'll be in Vegas. So all cool. Talked for a little while, then walked around and looked at a couple machines. One I lost like 20. One I made like 60. So I was ahead like 40 bucks on the slots. And we walked by this one that was in a really good position, and we're like, that's not gonna last. So we let it go. We walked away, and we talked and walked and stuff. And then after we were done, I went back to that machine to look, and I'm like, something's wrong here, because I thought that guy was playing a minimum bet,
and then making a sense.
But it couldn't have been a minimum bet, because it would have been like the jackpot would have reset, and it's not reset. So I looked, and he didn't finish the play, but it was $7.50 a spin. So I decided to sit down and play that, and it didn't go well. But I ended up leaving this place minus 132, I believe. So minus, wait a minute, how can that, yeah, 132. So right now we're moving on to another place. I couldn't play any blackjack. I didn't see any tables that I liked. There was only one decent table that was available, and that was $75. I've never seen a $75 table before. This place has the weirdest 25, it has a 20, it has a 35, a 75, weird. So he was gonna go play a $35 table, and I looked around and didn't see anything that I liked. So I am taking off. So right now we're moving on to another casino. Haven't eaten except for this morning. So at the next casino, I think I have $15 in free food. We'll get a burger or something nice like that, and that should be good. So right now, of course, it's very dark outside. Everything is winding down. It's Sunday night, and we're gonna go for kind of a long drive here to the next casino, and we're gonna eat there. We should get there about 40 minutes before their food section closes down, so we can take a lap and then order some food and probably eat it in the car on the way to the next place. So that's what's going on right now. Overall, it's been a good day. Everything is fine. No real surprises, which is good. I had a couple chances to make some big money. That $7.50 one should have been huge. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out the way you think it's going to. And there was another one that should have been a huge one that didn't work out. But overall, still doing well. So we're moving on to the next spot, and I'll be back to update you. No rain, which is good. So I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. Oh, man, just leaving this place. I was in there for a little while. There's a guy chasing something, and he's still about 600 spins away, but at $8 a spin, I'm ready to get in right now if he would get up. But I heard that he just went to the ATM, got more money, and I think he's going to be there for a while. It doesn't make sense to camp out there any longer. I was in that casino for about 40 minutes, and he's been slow playing this machine the whole time, so I'm not going to wait around for him all night. 600 spins, if he's only spinning it once every 15 seconds, and then little bonuses and things in between, that's 75, that's another hour and 15 minutes at best. So minus like little bonuses and noise that it makes and stuff like that slows things down. So I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I did see a friend in there, talked to him for a while, and things were pretty quiet already in this area. This is a more rural area, so it gets quiet earlier here than in the bigger cities. So I just only found one or two plays. I was ahead like $20, and I didn't want to leave yet because I wanted to make more money. And I finally started checking some of the lesser machines, and I found a play on one of them that paid pretty nicely, and I ended up walking away from the casino plus $188. I know I said I was going to get some food, but I ended up not getting any food. I got some drinks to take with me, and yeah, so I haven't really eaten much. Let's go through it right now. What did you eat today, MW? Today, this morning, we had a family little get-together, birthday party for a couple kids, and they had some pizza there. I had two small, like the party-size pizzas, the little squares that they cut out of like a meat lovers type pizza. I ate everything except for the bread part of it, so just the cheese and the toppings. And unfortunately, I had some salad, and they didn't even have any good dressing, so I was stuck with ranch dressing, like a 8-year-old, and it was all right overall, not bad. So I won't even give it a rating because it's pretty generic. Other than that, I had some beef jerky in the car that was like gas station bought, one of the big bags that you can buy at the gas station. You know, not really much of a rating for that either. It's actually, I like the pepper jerky. I'd probably give it at least an 8 on a scale of 2 through ace. You know, the more jerky I eat in my life, the less I think that people do it well. But you know, the one place that I buy it from, and I'm rarely there when they're open, is pretty good, although sometimes I feel like they mix the peppered with some other stuff sometimes. So I got to be really careful and look at each piece that I'm picking up out of the bin to make sure it's really peppered. And what didn't you tip today, MW? Yeah, I actually didn't tip today. I played, 3 sessions of blackjack, and I tipped $0, and I didn't use a waitress for anything, $0. Didn't win any jackpots today, $0. So I tipped $0 total. And right now, just continuing my trip here. I'm gonna have to stop for gas again here in a little while, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back as I am continuing my trip. You know, I took that trip this week and had all kinds of ups and downs and played, I don't know how many hours, 18 hours a day or something like that. Travel and play and travel and play. You never know what's going to happen. And, you know, that would have been the trip where I would have made $5,000 or $6,000. That's what I was expecting. Ended up just about breaking even or slightly down. And then this little trip, I only hit 5 casinos and made $2,300, whatever it was. I didn't add it up. But you never know, and all you can do is keep doing the right thing mathematically and let everything sort itself out. And that's really the most important thing here. I didn't do any kind of live session today. I think it's too late right now. Yeah, it's like when you least expect it, sometimes things go so smoothly. It went so well today with very little pushback. I think every one of my sessions, I only had my initial buy-in, and I was able to make money every session. So, you know, that's good. There were a few things that I regret, and that last casino, that guy was staying on that machine the whole time. That last casino was also the first casino I hit today. I just made a full loop and came back, and I had seen that play was developing, but it wasn't quite there. And when I walked back in, I saw him playing, and he only had like $180 at $7.50 a spin. I thought, I've got a chance at this, but then came back around. He had about 300 in there, and a friend told me that he had hit the ATM and gotten more money. So obviously he was going to finish it up. So that's unfortunate. Other than that, really can't really complain about much. I did what I always do. Once I reach my target number, if the shoe goes very negative or the shoe ends, I'll usually leave. And it's worked out really well in these areas, especially this area today. One of the other areas I could have gone to, I had a bunch of free play, like hundreds of dollars in table play if I wanted it, which I don't really understand how I got that. But if I had gone to those areas, there was a lot less opportunity, so it was worth it for me. Actually, I guess it wasn't table play, it was free play. But if I'd gone there, all those people that are always there camped out behind all the machines, I would have gone in there. I would have been upset because I couldn't even find a place to play my free play. I'd have to play it in some generic machine and hope to get 85% back or something like that, and just go aimlessly from place to place and have everything already been taken. So this area particularly is good because there are slot opportunities, there are blackjack opportunities, and sometimes there are whole card opportunities as well. So that's all good. Now, this week I am on call at work, and I have 2 evening meetings that I have to go to, so it's going to be a very busy week, and that starts right now. Once it hits midnight tonight, which we're past midnight already, I am technically on call, and I will be on call for the whole week. So if anything happens at 2 or 3 in the morning or anytime in the afternoon, I might be at a blackjack table, and I would get the phone call, and I would have to stop whatever I'm doing, and I'd only have minutes to respond. So but tomorrow is Monday. Our goal is to have 2 sessions, and Tuesday as well, 2 sessions, and then a meeting. No, Tuesday 2 sessions. Wednesday is going to be a longer day with a meeting. Thursday another longer day with a meeting, no overnights, and then Friday is going to be a delayed start but a longer day, and then head home. So this week is going to be a little bit more average than the last few weeks have been, because some crazy stuff has been happening the last few weeks. I had the overnight at the Indian casinos, then I had the big trip, the 3-day trip, but we'll be back to more of a normal schedule this week. I've got a lot of sorting out to do. I still haven't updated my spreadsheet because I had so many different sessions, and I always want to do a good job and fill in all the different fields that I have to get the most information. So I will try to fill that out tomorrow. Got a lot of stuff going on at home, a lot of landscape work I've been doing, and I reran a bunch of lights that shine on the house at night. I reran all the wiring and stuff underground for that, and I just have to finalize that work and finish putting out the first 60 bags of mulch. They're like 1.5 cubic feet each. It's like 42 liters. So that's like 90 cubic feet right there, and then I'm going to need at least another probably 120 more bags. So it's going to be another 180 more cubic feet I'll have to put out. But next Saturday I'll be flying out for my trip, so I don't know when I'll get a chance to do that, during the week or maybe Friday night, Saturday morning. I'm not sure. So the last thing I want to mention is we're going to have one day with the family in Vegas in the daytime. We're already going to be doing the Hoover Dam, train station, museum, Pawn Stars, gold and silver shop, all that stuff. I need a couple other ideas if you guys have them for the family. We're going to be staying at Caesars and the Wynn, so we'll have food there, but maybe like 1 or 2 other things we could do with the kids other than walk through the casinos and the shopping area. So if anyone has any good ideas, I'm all ears for that. We will have a car too, so we will be able to travel, hopefully a reasonable distance. And I do need to figure out a good way to spend all that free money that I have in Vegas. So that's about it for now. And sorry to all you people who don't like to know exactly where I am, because it could hurt other people if you know where I am. If I'm very far away from home, like Chicago or Louisiana or somewhere like that, I don't mind mentioning where I am. Some people think that that's risky. I don't really see it, but whatever. So Anyway, hope you guys all have good variants. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.